Yeah, exciting weekend ahead. We're back at the Ralph here. Finished off our first road trip on the road, getting a split. Now we're back at home here, playing against a very good BU team coming in here, and a lot of excitement this weekend with obviously two top-ranked teams playing against each other, and also one more shift with Dixon Ward coming back here too. So that's a lot of good things going on this weekend.
Do you expect a different style of a series than the Minnesota State one?
Yeah, it'll probably be a much quicker series. They're a very gifted offensive team, forwards and D. We went out there last year, and obviously that was a good weekend for us as far as playing high intensity games against a skilled team in their building. And it's a situation this weekend here where obviously we got to play at a fast pace here, and we got to bring our best foot forward here and play to our identity here.
How do you try to counter a team that a really skilled type of team?
Well, I think puck possession is number one, right? Puck possession is controlling the play as far as in each zone having the puck, and then also too taking time and space away when we don't have it. They're a team that if you give them time and space, they make plays. Their D-men are gifted too as far as joining offensively off the rush and in the zone. And I think it's one of those situations where you got to play fast and you got to play on your toes and you got to take away time and space and you got to play a physical brand of the game.
How do you try to defend when D-men like to jump? I know they have a few guys that are really offensive.
Yeah, well, the first thing is having a mindset of, getting to the inside on them in the offensive zone, but then getting back, coming back, because, once a puck turns over, they're bringing 4 or 5 guys up on the rush, and we have to have no ambivalence in our game as far as getting back and helping our D-man hold lines and track back. And it's just not with the first forward; it's with our second and third guy that's down lower in the offensive zone. So it's a mindset of playing 5 guys together up and down the ice.
How's Caleb McDonald doing this week?
He's doing good. He'll be playing. He's been practicing here each and every day, and he's looking good, and he's back in the lineup.
How's Bennett Smolik? What's his status?
Yeah, he's day-to-day. We'll see where it is tomorrow here, but I would suspect, probably need another week or so here.
Would it be safe to call this kind of a measuring stick series this early in the season, going up against one of the top teams in the country?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good guideline of where we're at here a little bit too. Obviously we're still building and growing our group as well as a lot of other teams here, new guys coming into our group here and defining our group here going forward here. But yeah, absolutely. I think it's, this is a top team coming out from the East here, and it's a situation here where we're seeing where we're at this time of the year, and there's a lot of good things going on. I think some guys have taken some steps, with Bennett Smolik being out and Caleb McDonald the other day. It gave our D-men an opportunity to play some heavy minutes and to see where our guys, and I thought they responded and did a good job. And situations where our young guys are getting acclimated on what college hockey is all about. So yeah, I think it'll be a kind of a guideline of where we're at, but on things that we need to work on and things that we've got honed in on.
What's the biggest challenge of going up against some of these talented players on BU, like Iserman, the Hudson brothers? What's the biggest challenge of going up against them?
Well, I think obviously paying respect on what they do, but also, identifying on what we do. We've got a lot of really good players as well, and we've got a situation here where we play to our identity, but I think collectively playing as a team is the biggest thing. And at the end of the day, when you have a team that's playing to their mindset and to their identity and playing together as a group, that's tough to beat. And I think that at the end of the day, giving them respect on who they are, but paying respect to what we are and how we play and how we've had success is a big deal, and concentrating on the things that will give us success.
You mentioned some of the success you guys have had. The win on Friday, how important was it to show that resiliency this early in the season, come back from 2-0 deficit and get that win?
Well, that was huge. Having a situation when you're down, going into the third period and finding a way to get back in the game and then win the game is a big deal early in the season. Obviously you want to try to get the first goal and you want to go wire to wire in a game to win that game, but there's situations where you don't, and finding ways to get back in the game and then ultimately winning the game is a big deal. So that was a learning experience for us, but for us it's about trying to get there first, right? trying to get that first goal, trying to start the game the way you have to and finish the game the way you have to. And that's all part of building a group here as we go here, is putting a 60-minute game together.
And what's the key to getting that fast start this weekend?
Well, again, being on our toes and having that attack mentality, just not sitting back and waiting for somebody else to do it or waiting for the other team to what they're going to do. Like, you got to take charge of it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is each person individually being on their toes and playing fast, but us collectively as a group taking charge and having that attack mentality.
What do you have to say about how the defense is stepping up without Samolik?
Yeah, I think they did a really good job going into a tough place to play in Mankato. And, a lot of guys, they're finding their way right now because it is different from junior hockey or wherever they came from as far as the level, the intensity, the pace, the physicality. And I think they're doing a good job of knowing what they can and can't do, and I think that's a learning experience of, you make a mistake or you make a decision on a read in the neutral zone that you could get away with maybe in junior hockey that you can't in college. I think it's a live and learn thing, and they're learning a lot, and I think they did a really good job here, and they're going to continue to grow.
What does it take to keep the offensive momentum going, but get some more of those to fall?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's absolutely a play in North hockey and making sure that, you put pressure on the other team. I think, when you gain offense or you get offensive opportunities, it's putting pressure on the other team. And obviously puck possession is a big deal, but also making sure that you make it hard on them to make decisions and make breakout plays and different things like that. And once you get the puck, making sure that it goes to the net and having guys be around the net. I think one thing, puck possession is one thing in the offensive zone, but you need to penetrate the middle of the ice to get those opportunities. And that's an area where we want to get better at.
Coach, you gave Hobie an opportunity on Saturday. Just what were your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, he was solid. I thought he was, he made some good saves at key times of games. I know that first one he probably wanted back, but at the end of the day, I thought he made some key saves at key times. And, we didn't give him the goal support that we did on Friday night to get the win. And, it seems like it's always in hockey, it's the first 1 to 3, and you got to get to that number. And we did on Friday, and we didn't on Saturday.
Yes, coming off a loss on Saturday and having to have that for an entire week, especially for the young guys, what's kind of the message on kind of letting that go, and you got another big series to prepare for now?
Well, yeah, absolutely. We learned from it. We did a review on Monday, a review meeting on Monday on the good things we did and the things that we need to clean up and work on. And we do need to work on a few things, and we did this past week, and we'll continue to do that. But it's turning the page and knowing that, hey, we got to continue to build and grow our group here, and we got to have a mindset of, it's about us mentality here, about us working together and being solidified as a 5-man unit. And like I said, our guys are coming together here, and they're going to continue to build and grow.
Brad, the power play is off to another good start this year. What's kind of been the key the last few years to your success there?
Well, I think it's having 2 really good units. I think at the end of the day, you can probably load up on one unit, and if you have success, it's great. And if you don't, well, then obviously your other unit isn't as good, or you won't have probably chances to score on that. But we have 2 equal units, and we have a lot of really good players on both units. And I think if one isn't clicking, then the other one's going, and you kind of put the other team on the ropes a little bit when you have 2 units that you can throw out there. So I think having the depth of having 2 really good units.